Tuesday. That means GMO Tuesday. GMO Tuesday. It is June 13th. Some crazy stuff is going on. There will be a ton of links. We have a lot of stuff to go over today, folks. A ton of links will be in the description. A couple questions. Before I go any further, hey, I found Sophie's Foodie Files, gal from Belgium, her and her husband, they put a bunch of stuff up. They're on the G+. Go find them. Their stuff is really cool. This gal comes up. They grow fruits, veggies, all kinds of stuff. But the big thing, her and her husband are from Belgium, so they can give us a different look from another part of the world. I, of course, in the California, Northern Nevada area. So we kind of have our own thing going on over here. California, as you know, is, well, they want to go form their own country. Maybe they can. They have a pretty good economy with agriculture. I mean, their economy is agriculture driven. And of course, we would have a much different view of issues here with agriculture than I'm sure they do in Belgium. And maybe Sophie can say hi in the comments down below. Sophie, I stumbled across your stuff. Excuse me, on the G+. Off the hook, girl. You and your husband got it going on there, man. But if you're into vegan stuff, folks, she got cheesecake recipe. Come on, a vegan cheese. You know, what's this right here? I don't know, man, but it's got strawberries and raspberries and currants and, it's a jam. Well, jelly my bread, would you please? Because it looks good. Hey, but Sophie's Foodie Files, a bunch of vegan stuff, good, wholesome food. She got it going on. Her and her husband, they do some good stuff over there on the G+ page, folks. Here's one for you. Carob banana bread. That just sounds good. Don't it? Anyways, Sophie's Foodie Files. Give her a peek. Take a look at what you got going on there. Some good stuff. And you'll like it. I guarantee it. You'll like it. You'll definitely like it. Hey, moms across America. Oh, before I go any further, clustered, regularly interspaced, short, palindromic repeats. In other words, there's some kind of rhythmic pattern that goes on and on and on. That's kind of the simple way to put it. But CRISPR, thank you, Thomas Baldwin. That's what CRISPR, that's what the letters represent. Clustered, regularly interspaced, short, palindromic repeats. It's a rhythmic pattern is what it is. Now, the reason I bring this up, you guys all remember, I said, hey, this is promising. This is something you can get excited about just because of the process. There's some tests. Not good. And remember, my concern was kind of the cannabis sativa versus the cannabis indica issue many years ago. People who had indica or, sensimelia instead of sativa, the Latin term for marijuana. Those are Latin words. But because they weren't technically sativa, the first few people got a pass on that. They were able to buy their way out of a marijuana conviction. But my concern was, does that kind of circumvent GMO rules and regulations? Yet to be seen, but again, and this is where I'm encouraged, they actually published a test that goes belly up, kind of. They, as I was saying, they go in and they kind of cut in where the DNA, and then they can splice and custom make Frankenstein if you want, however you want to phrase it. But I think it is exciting technology, especially this is not something I see used so much in the food industry as I do in the medical industry. This is something that I think doctors and oncologists and stuff could get really, really excited about, except for the fact, one of the latest experiments they did where they go in to do one or two, whatchaboogers there, where they clip and cut and snip and splice stuff back together, instead of having 2 or 3 mutations that they were expecting, they got like 1,500. Poor mouse, huh? But think about that for a minute. A lot of testing to be done still, I would say. If you're only expecting 2 or 3 mutations and you get 1,500, maybe there a lot more study needs to be done. But that's not to say this is not a promising type of technology that can be used. And also, if I remember correctly, and I think it might have been Thomas also said something about the chestnut trees. Yeah, they were doing something, and it reminded me the type of technology where they were taking something out of another plant to put in the chestnuts so they would grow again. It reminds me of the spinach orange issue. Citrus orange groves and stuff took a big hit because of a fungus or a bacterium or something like that. But it was something that, weakened the trees. It was killing the trees. And then they found some gene in spinach that was resistant to that, and it helped. Okay? Now, you guys might all say, you're kind of being hypocritical. No, let's stop and think for a minute. Spinach, orange, vegetation. We're kind of in the same phylum, the same family here. Vegetation. What they were doing with the chestnut, again, they're using another type of vegetation. So we're going vegetation to vegetation. We're not going vegetation in poison. We're not going vegetation in insecticide. We're not. Do you see the big difference here? There's a fundamental difference in an end product when you're going vegetation. Think about it. That's all I'm saying. Just think about that concept for a minute. Vegetation. Spinach and orange. This is closer to rubbing the boy and girl flower together than you're ever going to get when you take Bt toxin and insert it in a seed. And then tell us it's safe to eat after we watch it blow stuff up that eats it. Ooh. And people wonder why they have leaky gut syndrome all of a sudden. Uh-huh. Think about this concept, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to think about this for just a minute, okay? Pretend you're the Shark Tank for a minute, okay? And I want you to invest in my product, okay? I'm going to ask you to invest in my product. And you know what? I have this wonderful product right here. Check it out, man. Isn't it groovy? It's a groovy little product, isn't it? But hey, I'm going to make this product right here. Okay? I want you to buy this product from me now because it's going to use less of this. So we can get rid of this now. But oh, by the way, that's my #1 selling product. Nobody sees anything wrong with that picture. We're going to make products that use less chemicals that are resistant to our #1 product chemical. Just saying, folks. Just saying. The Ecologist reporting this week, ladies and gentlemen. Customers at restaurants kind of want to know what's in their food. Are you GMOing me in the back door? Customers are asking. So, again, links will be in. Got to talk about Portugal since I made this big issue this week of, hey, you know what? I am an American who happens to be Portuguese. Portugal. They have developed their agriculture over there. Department of Agriculture in Portugal has developed a new policy, and within a decade, they are going to double their organic farming production in the country of Portugal, and I think other places should adopt that. The climate change issue, there's kind of concerns about maybe drought conditions creating Dust Bowl again in the Midwest, as we had back in the 30s and so forth. But let's bounce on climate change for just a minute here. Let's talk about. Somebody asked me about the Paris Accord and backing out, and that was an economic issue that Trump has looked at, and I understand it from an economic standpoint. Maybe he does it a little more diplomatic. I don't know, but the guy ain't really. Look, we got a politician. We have a president who has no political obligations and is not a politician. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And no, it's not a Mickey D's commercial. It is talking about the president of the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen. He made an economic decision for this country, and I agree with that decision. Do I agree? I'm not a big climate change person. When the face of climate change is Al Gore telling us we're going to have catastrophic sea levels in the next 10 years, and he buys a $9 million home 50 feet from the ocean front. Poppycock. Not when George Soros, when you start chasing money on this issue, ladies and gentlemen, follow the money. It goes back to George Soros. George Soros pumping $10 million at Al Gore every year for his little funny climate change organization. $10 million. That's a pretty good salary, don't you think? Climate change, with all the nonsense, it can create some economic instability. Or if you're Elon Musk and you're heavily invested in the climate change doctrine, you stand to gain bazillions of dollars. The only people that are bitching about what Donald Trump did are the people that stand to gain the most financially from the climate change platform. That's all I'm going to say. Make your own decisions. Why I agree with what Mr. Trump did on the climate change issue. He got us out of there. We're not obligated to put a bunch of money into a pool that nobody else is doing, that are the biggest polluters on the planet. I feel that things like solar. Elon Musk's heavily invested in renewable energy stuff. Okay? Fine. That's all fine and dandy, but don't create some fabricated poppycock nonsense. To me, that's wrong. I just don't think our climate is always going to change. So this big ruse that we're destroying our planet, well, yeah, we are. Glyphosate in the dirt. Think about it. Just think about it, folks. That's all I'm saying. If nothing else, just stop and smell the roses and think about it. I believe the markets will bear out that we don't need to be obligated to do all this stuff. The reality is more and more and more people are getting wind turbines. The technology is advancing. The solar systems are advancing. They're creating wind turbines now, the size of a bread box, sit on a roof and power a 2,000 square foot house at 8 miles an hour. Think about it. Air moving 8 miles an hour. That's not very fast, folks. That's about that fast right there. 8 miles an hour. That's all you need. Little bit of wind. Little bit of wind. Get a little bit of air going on that 8 miles an hour. Got a little bread box on your house. You don't need to be on the grid. Little 45-watt solar panel systems, power trailers for people. And this is what I say when I think the market will play this out. I think those markets in and of themselves will become more of a commonplace because of, after the initial investment, the costs. Think about that. The market will bear this out. Do we need, as a United States, our tax dollars going to some goofy green fund? I don't believe it. I don't believe we do. I don't believe the United States needs to pony up all this money and be some kind of ambassador for the world. Not when we have allowed Monsanto to do what they do destroying the dirt, destroying the air, destroying the water. You want to come back? You want to get Monsanto out of the FDA, USDA, the EPA, and Washington D.C., and then come talk to me? Then we can talk. But until then, no. I let Monsanto pay for that crap. Since agrochemical companies have created half the garbage and half the problems in the world when it comes to our ecology, just check the Monsanto Tribunal tapes and listen to what they had to say about what Monsanto's doing to our ecology on a world level. Big issue in India, the mustard. They don't want the GMO mustard. And the Indian farmers over there have had enough of the ruse that the BT cotton is going to be more productive. It's going to use less insecticides, herbicides, and all this stuff. It's not panning out. It's not living up to its billing, the BT cotton over there. So why would these people want to take another chance with you, Monsanto? Kind of fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, and all that, blah, blah, blah. Hey, Monsanto's pretty good at it, but GMO-free USA, hey. GMO-free USA, we have some stuff. Moms across America, I think it is, that cutie pie Zen Honeycutt, she owes me dinner. Somewhere I got to get a dinner with that girl. She's kind of, I like her, man. She's all right. Glyphosate hearing, California, bunch of stuff going on in California this week. Today, ladies and gentlemen, they're having glyphosate hearings. Sorry I didn't get this out earlier. If I read the memo I got last night, I probably would have recorded this last night to push it out today. But in Davis, there is a meeting, the USDA APHIS division, and they're wanting opinions on glyphosate. Again, links will be in the description. If you have something to say about glyphosate, get on there. Speak your piece, ladies and gentlemen. That's what America's all about. Being able to speak your piece. And remember this, ladies and gentlemen. Whom do your elected officials represent? Think about it. Think about all of this long and hard. Because when people like Maxine Waters go off the deep end, you're paying her to act like an idiot on TV. When Adam Schiff goes off the deep end and calls TV hosts Russian operatives, your taxes are paying for that. Come on, a little common sense, ladies and gentlemen. A little common sense, would you please? Give me a break. Links will be in there, but there's a big push in California right now. Monsanto's fighting it, and hey, guess what? The more and more Monsanto fights, the more and more their ship starts sinking. And my hope is it affects the stock so the merger doesn't go through, because Barrel say, no, you're going to go belly up on us. Now, there's over 800 lawsuits on glyphosate right now. You think you've been affected? Get a hold of somebody, man. Everybody wants to say the lawyers are going to make all the money, and perhaps they will. But I want you to think about something. Maybe you only get $50 for your cancer, but you participated in stopping a mess from getting so out of hand, it destroys the place we call home, Earth. That is what's going on with these chemical companies, ladies and gentlemen. They don't give it. Nobody is going to create a product to sell less of their number one selling product, to use less of their number one selling product. Nobody does that. That's financial suicide is what it is. That's business suicide. You're gonna, and everybody bought into this ruse. Everybody bought into this. Now, 35 years later, we're finding out, oh, they lied. They lied back then. They're lying now. They've been lying since 1901. Come on. Crap. John Queenie, Monsanto and Company, they've never led an honest day's life in their life. The entire existence of the company has been bamboozling and propaganda and distortion of facts and lies. They have bought everything they've done. Debbie, give me $15,000 stabbing now so I can stab my constituents in the back. Think about it. That's all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Think about it. Just think about what they're saying. Take a split second and think. Do I want poison in my food? Do I want to keep giving my kid this? Thank you, Mrs. Trump. And I don't care. And Mr. Cummins, you claim the article, the outfit that wrote the article is part of fake news, blah, 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 blah. They're not a reliable source. I don't care. I got the president's wife, her smiling pretty face, saying no to GMO. I am using that. I don't know why every single one of you have not jumped on that bandwagon. That is a flagship photograph. The president's wife of the United States of America says no to GMOs. That needs to go worldwide. That needs to be pushed out 50 million times a day. It needs to trend. It needs to do something. I'm sorry, but while we're on the subject of Mrs. Trump, I have now included the POTUS, and I guess that flautist, the First Lady. She's on the tweet now because she doesn't want GMOs in the White House. If I had the chef's name at the White House, I'd get him in on this tweet too. My Twitter campaign, ladies and gentlemen, my Twitter campaign. Every day, at least 5, 6, 7 times, because that's how many times somebody follows me on Twitter. And when you follow me on Twitter, hey, George, thanks for the follow. Please join my campaign asking President of the United States, First Lady of the United States, Scott Pruitt, the EPA Director, the USDA, and the Food and Drug Administration, please get the poison out of our food. It's right on the website, ladies and gentlemen. Go take a peek. I'm telling you right now, if you join this campaign with me and we start beating these people up every single day. We start beating them up. It takes 30 seconds to send a tweet. Come on, think about it. Think about it for just a minute. It takes 30 seconds to send a tweet. It takes a split second to retweet the tweet when you see this kind of stuff. Retweet this stuff. Set these algorithms off. I may not be a mathematician, but the word algorithm ought to tell you something right there in the name. Kind of like that palindromic repeat thing. It's a rhythmic pattern. And when the algorithms start picking stuff up, that's how it trends. And that's how it becomes in people's face. So GMO free USA, they're getting together with it's GMO free California now. LabelGMOs.org. GMO free California. GMO free USA. Why not? Monsanto's done the same thing with all their Academy of Science things to distort the truth. To distort the truth. That's right. Altered genes, twisted truth. Mr. Drucker, I believe it is. Great book, Stephen Drucker. Awesome publication. It examines what it does. It looks real close at people like, I don't know how many of you remember where George Stephanopoulos came out of. George Stephanopoulos was the original spin doctor for Billy Clinton. When George Stephanopoulos could no longer take any more of the nonsense from Billy Clinton, he went to ABC News. He became a news. But before he did that, he made a pit stop at The View, and the girls at The View all asked him about his fantastic spin doctor job, and they put this guy up on a pedestal, and they all gave him something, and he spun it to make it sound good. That's what Monsanto does. That's what the Democrats do. They're in bed with Monsanto. Think about it. If they can control the government, they can control the people, they can control your health care, they can control your food. They have distribution centers like Walmart. Call me a conspiracy theorist. I don't care. That's what I see, and I'm not the only one that sees that. The Clinton family name is involved in the mortgage field service industry, ladies and gentlemen. They're involved in the food industry. They're involved in our government. They're involved everywhere you look. When you start researching and chasing the money, that name comes up. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It just does. I don't put it there because I want to see it, because I really don't. Bunch of ugly people is what they are. They're a bunch of ugly people. Lancaster Farming is suing Syngenta. Suing Syngenta. I love this because, and many of you will remember, somebody said something to me. We were talking about this the other day. Manipulating markets. You remember that? If you know for a fact something's going to come in because it won't die from the bug, or it won't die from the poison, or it won't do what, I mean, if you can and that's what Syngenta's getting sued for, because they indirectly depressed the commodity market, and farmers couldn't sell the corn they were growing because they had a new and improved corn. Remember, I don't you just love that new and improved stuff? New and improved. What types of renewable energy are out there? Anybody ever thought about electromagnetic? I just kind of brain fart right there. I don't know. Electromagnetic. Think about it for a minute. You got solar, you got wind. How do them fast, super speedy trains work? Electromagnetism. You know how the magnets do that when you put the poles together? What if you put a whole thing together and you boom, you could have perpetual motion? I don't know. I don't know. Just a thought. But anyways, Stephen Drucker, go over, take a look at his book, Altered Genes, Twisted Truth. It really does open up the underbelly of the agrochemical and how they manipulate the scientific data. And it goes back for a very long time, a very, very, very long time. Michigan State University, ladies and gentlemen, they have a new study out, and they are reporting that glyphosate is, and has a direct effect on the decline in the monarch butterfly population. These insecticides, these pesticides that they're using, these systemic chemicals, the neonicotinoids or nicotinodides, those things there, or neonics as they're calling them now, they don't differentiate between the good bug and the bad bug. They do their job. They kill an insect. Okay? And so when you hear me talk bad about something, that doesn't mean it doesn't do what it's designed to do. Of course it does. It just, they haven't designed it. Now Monsanto wants to give us robot bugs. Cut it out. Stop. It has to stop. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I am hoping that as this swamp continues to get drained, that part of that Monsanto lobby group is pushed out. I know we got one of their butt buddy boys up there in the CIA. Hi, Mr. Pompeo. Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to work. We got Scott Pruitt. And I'm not understanding this chlorcyptophops stuff, how he green-lighted that. That, to me, is wrong. It's wrong. And again, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to my Twitter campaign. Find me on Twitter, at Alladay LLC. I'm on there. I am there every day, and I am banging the president. I am banging everything going on with this GMO thing. I am retweeting Center for Food, the GMO people, GMO Watch, anybody who has anything to do with GMO. And as I retweet it, I ask our president, I ask the first lady, I ask the EPA guy, I ask the FDA, I ask the USDA, please get the poison out of our food. Please get the poison out of our food. Ladies and gentlemen, there is we put chemicals in the food. You get problem. Guess what? You're getting another chemical to take care of the chemical problem that you have. What do you think? Hello? You see what I'm saying? It's that simple. It is that simple, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to put a chemical in. We got another one to take care of it. Timothy Leary, And Dr. Osley, if none of you got anything out of the 60s, you had to get that life really is not better living through chemistry from Dr. Osley and Mr. Leary. It's just that simple. It cannot be done. It's not a sustainable type of agriculture. It is not anything that I want to pass on to another generation. And I would sincerely hope you wouldn't want to pass that on to another generation. Is all the GMO technology bad? No. Technology does exactly what it's designed to do. It's doing what it's designed to do. In that respect, it's really good technology. Is it being used? Who benefits from the use? Do you? No, you don't. You're getting poison in your food. Oh, the person who came up with the technology that patented life, they're the ones profiting, ladies and gentlemen, not you. Shareholders are profiting, not you. You're not getting healthier food. You're not getting better life. You're not getting wholesome food. They're very quietly changing, what is it? I call it corn squeezins, because that's exactly what it is. Chemically induced corn squeezins. That corn syrup crap. High fructose corn syrup. It's not corn syrup. They put some chemicals on the corn stalks, press them, corn squeezins. Corn squeezins is what it is. Another product stuffed in our food supply. Never really any testing was done. They just kind of put it out there. It's corn syrup. We can do that. Corn don't make syrup, folks. Corn makes popcorn. Corn makes corn on the cob. Cornbread. Not corn syrup. Poppycock. Poppycock, poppycock, poppycock. When various agencies start looking at stuff, right now we're in the courts. And every single day, more and more and more. And oh, by the way, I want everybody to keep in mind here, the PR company for the tobacco companies that made it glamorous to smoke and die, that's the same PR company representing Monsanto, representing Syngenta, representing the agrochemical industry right now, ladies and gentlemen. Same PR firm. Same PR firm. Let me see here, ladies and gentlemen. It's about time to get out of here today. I'm going to check one more thing here. Eagle Pundit followed me. Oh boy, we got another follow on Twitter. I will be over there in a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Raising hell. Hey, again, Zen Honeycutt, links to what she's doing. The University of California, Davis. They started at 9 o'clock this morning, which was about 20 minutes ago. So you could probably still get comments in on the GMO issue going on there. June 19th, you can comment. I'll have the links down there. Labelgmos.org. You can also, Mr. P. Larry. I'm not sure what the first name is, but P. Larry at labelgmos.org. He can get you information. I think, is there a phone number here? I do not know. MDG Blogger. Don't forget MDG Blogger. That girl got stuff. She got it going on her website. Go check out her website. She got some really good stuff over there. And you know, it's not just girly stuff. She got stuff that the guys can do. Yeah, you know. It's all good because the Russian cyber are these? No, it doesn't, because that's right. Vladimir Putin, he just hacks elections. He won't let GMO stuff in his country. He don't want to poison his people. But he's a bad man, right? I think, according to all the Democrats, he's a bad guy, but he won't poison his subjects, will he? But Hillary Clinton will. She'll feed you all that good stuff. Here's something else I think. Everybody made a big deal this week about the First Lady. Michelle Obama did the same thing. Bush did the same thing. Clinton before the Bushes did the same thing. As soon as we got substantially equivalent, no GMO food, it was all organic. That was the only food allowed in the White House kitchens, ladies and gentlemen. Think about that. Don't get all bent out of shape at Mrs. Trump wanting to protect her son. It was done long before she got there. Nobody's bitching about that, but because Trump did it. It's wrong. It's not right because Trump did it. Get a grip, folks. Get a grip. Get a grip. Get a grip. Okay. No, you're not trying to reach me. Workshops. If you're in the Reno area, that's what it was. Workshops. Gloria Montero, the crazy goat diva of Nevada. 775-427-8210. I'll get a couple links for her in the description. You need goats. You want meat goats. You want goats for weeding, weed warriors. She got it going on, and I don't know if there's anybody on the planet. Well, maybe that gal down in Australia. She might know about as much about goats as Gloria, because the goat diva, they call her the crazy goat diva for a reason, and she knows her stuff, man. She's the crazy goat lady of Nevada, and she got it going on with goats. You need a goat. You need information. She has it. Once again, 775-427-8210. www. Facebook Weed Warrior. Facebook.com/Weed Warriors Goat Grazing. You'll find her there. Nevada Goat Producers .webs.com. She's also over there. Good stuff. Good stuff. I got one more thing to talk about here. This is a Lake Tahoe market. Where'd it go? Spring Greens, the farmers markets at the Lake Tahoe. Let's see here. May 24th, they're open. Kale Community Park from 4 to 7 every Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. 236 Kingsbury Grade Farmers Market. They got some good stuff up there. Good stuff. The Incline Village Farmers Market is on Thursdays, 4 to 7 p.m. The library parking lot, 845 Alder Avenue at Lake Tahoe. If you need more information, LakeTahoeMarkets.com. www.LakeTahoeMarkets.com. Go to the lake, walk around. Incline Village, that you get to see the lake. And when there's a lake around in the summertime, it's girl watching time. Clumsy me. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely hope you're having a great day. As I said the other day, this is a little self-promotion time now. Alliday LLC is looking for the next project. We do sustainable agriculture programs wrapped around your business model. If agritourism, if you have something going on and you're looking to expand your business model, looking to redevelop a business model, perhaps you just want an organic operation on your property. We do limited space solutions. We do all kinds of stuff. Give me a call. We can talk. Leave a message for me. I'll get it. Alliday LLC at the Gmail. We'll get it. We are actively looking for our next project. We're going to be wrapping up here around the end of August, beginning of September-ish, in that area there. So plenty of time to negotiate and whatnot. If you can help out with a donation, follow the link below. If you like what you see, thumbs up. Hey, they're kind of groovy. Subscribe, of course, subscribe. That helps people make money on the YouTube. I'm not quite sure how all that kind of stuff works. I just know it all helps. It all helps the cause. One thing that will not stop, ladies and gentlemen, Preservation Thursday, GMO Tuesdays. I will continue to do them whether I'm on the road, whether I have a new home, whatever we have. We will continue to bring you updates on a weekly basis on the GMO world and the progress organizations like Zen Honeycut, Moms Across America are making on this GMO front. People like Ronnie Cummins, that guy's relentless. I know I banged him, but he's relentless. You got to tip your hat to him. He does a lot of great work, not just here in the United States, but globally on this GMO issue. Vandana Shiva, of course, one of my favorite people on the planet. Her and Dr. Jane Goodall. There'd be a couple cool chicks to hang out with. I still say that they got the Summer of Love going on in San Francisco right now. They're memorializing it 50 years ago to this month. The Summer of Love started in San Francisco in the Haight-Ashbury district. Back then, everything was kind of free. A couple $100 got you a place to live on Haight Ashbury. $5,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment. Now cut it out. I don't think Janis Joplin would have been able to make it at the time. Neither would the Grateful Dead, Jefferson Airplane, none of them. That's where they all came from, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of was a very instrumental summer, and that summer, believe it or not, a lot of things happened. People from my generation saw how to address government, and of course, we're still doing it today. In closing, Mr. President, Madam First Lady, Mr. Pruitt, whoever's running that Food and Drug Administration, and whoever's in charge at the USDA, I'm asking you on behalf of the 90% of the American people that want proper food labeling, please get the poison out of our food. It's not necessary. We don't need it. You want to reduce healthcare costs? Get the poison out of our food. Back Monsanto up, back down the road where they belong, and let them make chemicals. Put a fence around them. Let them do what they want, but leave us alone. We don't need it in our food. We really do not need it in our food. Support the food. Almost forgot. Center for Food Safety. You haven't got back to me. How many emails I got to send you about your seed bank project? Let's put some heat on them, folks. Let's ask the Center for Food Safety about their seed bank. They want to do this worldwide seed bank. How come you're not working on a local level? Mary's Heirloom Seeds, the Baker Seed Company, Petaluma Seed Bank. Why are all these people being ignored? Let's create a seed bank. Let's create a network of heirloom seed collectors and farmers. I'm one. Are you? Are you? Mary's Heirloom Seeds. That cutie pie, she's down in San Ramon. She got cool stuff on her website too. Lots of sales going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see here. Of course, the Petaluma Seed Bank up in Petaluma, California. The Baker Seed Company, they're in the Midwest. They're in Missouri, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, MDG Blogger. She's in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. I think she might have a link or two on her website, too, about seed banks. So you can check them out. They're everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. But Center for Food Safety, you have not got back to me on my seed bank question. How many emails do I need to send you? I'm tired of sending emails. Please respond and give me an answer about your seed bank. Everybody wants to know. We all want to know. We just want to know. Again, if you like what you hear, a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, folks. Be sure to click the bell if you want to get notifications. Going to be a great day. You see that sun. Let's have a good time. Let's all be safe out there.